The Asian Cultural Engagement Center, otherwise known as ACE Center, is a part of the Cultural and Community Centers, or the CCCs, under the Office for Inclusion and Diversity at Virginia Tech. The center is located in room 140 of Squire Student Center, across from the Black Cultural Center. This space has a lending library, microwave, and tea station for anyone to use. Additionally, the ACE Center is a place where anyone, especially students, can gather to study, play games, watch TV, eat, hold meetings, and attend programs and events. Dr. Nina Ha is the director of the ACE Center. One of her main roles is to create a sense of community and belonging amongst undergraduate and graduate students, faculty, staff, and alumni within the Asian Pacific Islander Desi American community, otherwise known as APIDA. For those unfamiliar with the term, Desi is used to identify South Asian Americans and South Asians living in the diaspora. The ACE Center, like the other CCCs, focus on three major areas: awareness, advocacy, and advising. Basically, we bring awareness to the challenges and needs of the APIDA community, advocate for APIDAs to not only the VT administration but also to our campus partners, and advise and mentor students. Moreover, we educate APIDAs as well as the larger community about the issues related to our community's concerns. Currently, the ACE Center's motto is, we need to care for ourselves before we can care for our community. While APIDAs are not considered underrepresented at Virginia Tech because without disaggregation, it has a higher population than the national average in the US, it is still a minority population, and more importantly, it is underserved, especially in terms of accessing resources such as mental health, academic assistance, financial assistance, and other opportunities at VT. In fact, the APIDA student population is the largest of the minority population at VT, accounting for 10%. Yet due to not being considered underrepresented, the voices of the APIDA community tends to be overlooked and made invisible. No more was this apparent than during the pandemic when anti-Asian bias, hate, and violence increased dramatically, which affected APIDAs at VT as well. The struggles that occur nationally and internationally also affect the APIDAs at VT. Thus, it is the priority at the ACE Center to advocate for its students, faculty, staff, and alumni. One way for the ACE Center to mitigate issues that arise is through the role of the director of the ACE Center, who is also the official advisor to the Asian American Student Union, otherwise known as AASU or AASU, and the unofficial advisor to many of AASU's affiliated student organizations. Advising is not only done formally but also informally, particularly with the help of the programming assistants who are undergraduate and graduate student workers at the ACE Center and with other students who drop by daily. Another role of the director is to be a liaison for the APIDA Caucus, an organization consisting of faculty, staff, and graduate students, either of APIDA descent or allies to the APIDA community. The APIDA Caucus is part of VT's university governance and advocates for the APIDA community on a professional level. Additionally, the director serves as an ex officio member of the APID Alumni Society. The APID Alumni Society is an organization dedicated to fostering community for all Asian, Asian American, and Pacific Islander alumni. In addition to building a community of alums, they strive to foster mentorships with current undergrad and graduate students, provide networking opportunities, and give back to their alma mater wherever possible. One area of the ACE Center that's constantly evolving is community building, not only within various APIDA communities, but also among students of other groups. In order to foster these connections, the ACE Center offers many signature programs. They include learning lunches, in which APIDA faculty are invited to share their personal and professional journey into higher education. The highlight of this event is Come for the Lunch and Stay for the Community. Other recurring monthly events include the APIDA Mental Health Support Group in collaboration with Cook Counseling, a virtual nighttime guided meditation, and the Inspiration series in which APIDA faculty, graduate, or undergraduates share their scholarship and or those who study APIDA communities present their research. Yearly events include Ramen for Reading Day, Lunar New Year celebrations in collaboration with Owens Dining, APIDA Heritage Month programs, and fall and spring APIDA achievement ceremonies in which graduating students can come to celebrate their accomplishments. Community building also includes collaborating with the other CCCs, campus partners, and with other non-APIDA related organizations such as Jewish Student Union and Hillel. It is significant to learn about and share cultural connections, not to mention to identify the intersectionality between and among different identity based communities. These events continue every month throughout the academic year. The goal of this type of programming is to create communities around topics that not only matter to the APIDA community but also to others. As previously mentioned, APIDA students, faculty, staff, and alumni face many challenges. One obstacle is the model minority myth that proliferates not only at home but also in education and the workforce. Most APIDAs feel that they need to work hard, not complain, and be successful. In doing so, their parents, their peers, their teachers, their colleagues, and perhaps even their employers feel as if APIDAs do not need help, guidance, assistance, or mentoring. Many APIDAs work hard, which at times can be a detriment to their mental, physical, emotional, and even academic or work life well being. Some feel that seeking support is a sign of failure or weakness. If or when they do find assistance, those who should support APIDAs may not be equipped to help APIDAs because of barriers such as cultural, sometimes linguistic, and other misconceptions of APIDAs. In particular, identifying APIDA students who are struggling is difficult, and encouraging them to access support can also be a barrier. There may not be parental support or familial assistance for APIDA students who are just expected to do well. APIDA students also face similar issues as they're underrepresented and a majority peers like food insecurity, racism, sexism, stereotyping, and so on. Some long-term goals include creating an APIDA living learning community and hosting the East Coast Asian American Student Union or ECASU conference at Virginia Tech. Many VT students have attended this conference, but VT has yet to host such a major event. Another aspiration is to collaborate with academic affairs so that the students' curriculum reflects the lives and experiences of the APIDA community. One way to do this is to create a robust and vibrant Asian and Asian American Studies program. The ACE Center encourages not only at VT, but also nationally and internationally the sharing of intellectual and cultural work of APIDA students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Finally, the ACE Center aims to establish and archive resources that the APIDA community has contributed to VT, as well as to the greater Commonwealth of Virginia, producing and being a resource engenders belonging.